One of my most favourite beings on the spiritual path is Archangel Michael. That angel is absolutely adorable. I first saw him when I was 27, which is a lot of years ago. He appeared to me and I didn't know who he was because I'm not a Catholic. I haven't really been brought up religious. But with his golden hair and his shining eyes and his beautiful, beautiful, amazing wings and energy, I felt my heart just melt when I saw him. I felt really honoured that an angel had visited me. I didn't know who he was at the time because I'm not a Catholic, but I soon found out who he was, and he became a part of my life every single day. I remember driving through the traffic and I had my children in the car and my mum. This was many years ago, and I did my prayers to Archangel Michael before we got in the car, as I still do today. And as I did so, I felt his energy come around us, but the children were fighting in the back and they were stressing me out majorly. And we went through a red light at a very, very, very busy intersection. With traffic coming four ways, I went through that light and drove through the middle of cars that were flying everywhere. I don't know how we weren't in an accident that day. I don't know how we weren't killed. But what happened was a tunnel came over us, a tunnel of light, and I could hear somewhere in the background everyone beeping. I couldn't pull over. I was right in the middle of it. I think 3 lanes. I just couldn't get out of the way. So as the tunnel came over us, time slowed down and we were fine. So I knew that was Archangel Michael. I still remember that to this day. When we pulled over and we kind of recovered, I just couldn't believe it. He literally put a tunnel around us. Because I'm a medium, a channeler, and I work with the higher spirit world and some galactic beings as well, I actually felt, I feel his presence when he comes into the room. If I'm watching TV and my mind's a little bit absent, he brings a massive blue beam down of light, and it's bright blue, and it comes from the ceiling to the floor, and it comes down with such a force that I go, Archangel Michael, you're here. There's no mistaking it. When I see my spirit guides' lights, they're usually round, or they're still beautiful, they're still strong, but the power that comes down in Archangel Michael's beam of light is just amazing. I think he saved my life many times. I call him in every day. I work with him with other people because he's such a powerful clearer of people's energies and negative energies, and I mean we all go through that sometimes, but he's the remedy for that. He's amazing. I love him heart and soul. I remember one night when he just appeared with his beautiful face, and I'll never forget it. So quite a few years ago I had the most adorable cat. Her name was Pookie. Pookie was an outside cat and we had a garden like a jungle, and she loved it, she adored it. She was given to me, and so she was used to being outside and she loved that garden. One particular night, it was about, I don't know, one of those really hot nights in Australia, when she didn't come in when I went to bed and I went to call her. I went out the back and I could hear this faint little cry. I knew it was her, but it sounded miles away, and I didn't know where she was. So I decided to sit outside for a while, had a cup of coffee, kept calling her, kept hearing the little sad cry. I realised she was up the tree. Now it was a funny tree, there was a few trees in that garden, but this was a really strange kind of pine tree, and apparently at some point it had lost the very top of it and all the branches all the way down to halfway down. which made it really, really strange kind of, because she couldn't get back down. I realised she couldn't get back down. She couldn't come back down by going through the branches. And it was a long way up. I don't know how many metres. I'm not very good at measuring, but it was a really, really tall tree and she was stuck up. I didn't know what I was going to do. I called, I prayed, I did everything. I sat there. I even rang the fire brigade to come and get her. I know they've got my daughter's cat down once from a tree that he was stuck in. The guy was lovely. He said, we can't come, we've got bushfires, we're on high alert. And I couldn't, the way the garden was, they couldn't have got a truck down there with ladders anyway. And even a normal set of ladders, stretched right out, would not have gone up to the top of that tree. So the whole situation was really, really bleak. I was starting to cry, I was panicked. Her voice was getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And I just sat there and I just sat there the whole night, really. I sat there, it was about 3 a.m. She'd been up there, to my knowledge, when I came out at 10 o'clock, she was up there. I got a blanket, I sat in the chair and I thought, well, she's either going to just fall out of weakness and be dead, and I have to face it. Oh, I also rang someone in wires, but no one was coming out in the middle of the night. There was no rescues going on. I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm at my wit's end. I was calling, I was asking, nothing was happening. In the end, I did a prayer from my heart, a fervent prayer, and I said, Archangel Michael, you're the only one I can ask now. Please surround her and that tree in a big blue light of your energy. Please just send thousands of angels around the tree all the way down to cushion her if she falls and to help her. But please, please, Archangel Michael, save her, save my cat. Now, in the middle of the night, it was very still. It was a hot, still night. But what happens when angels come, and I've felt this a lot, or spirits sometimes, is everything goes very still. It can be quiet, but it's a stillness like you can't believe. The air just changes. Anyhow, so Archangel Michael must have heard my call, because within, I'm not kidding, less than 3 minutes, I heard rustle, 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 plop, and I thought, oh no, she's going to be dead. But there was a loud rustling as she came down with the tree. So I went over and she runs straight up to me, nothing wrong with her. I picked her up, nearly squeezed the life out of her in relief, put her into bed with me, and then we slept for hours, and I just said, thank you. I was overwhelmed. I knew he'd have saved her. She would have died. She would have just dropped out of that tree. There's no way she could have got down. I actually wonder sometimes if he just carried her down, because it was strange. Anyway, don't forget Archangel Michael in your prayers. He is amazing. Lots of love and blessings. Bye.